Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Lady Sakura. Okay, so we're pretty much done in that hut. I want to do this just to see what we'll get. The town is thriving and full of events. Stormless. The weather has been dismal lately. Hardly a single wreck since St. Aegidius' day. And then it was only a little yacht with a few sailors aboard. And two of those are able to swim to shore. They didn't come to that hut at all. We just have to hope for the spell to break. Okay, and then we can't get the port reports at the moment. Next time we have recent news, we'll come back here and we'll get some more stuff. But for now, we're going to leave. As soon as we can, we're going to get up to the surface. There we go. Okay, then let's quickly check the map. So we've been to that hut. We've made our way down here. So obviously we need to go back to Anth at some stage because we now have the hymn, the journey hymn to use there. But for now we're going to keep coming down to Polythreme, Scrimchander, Nupmit Harbour. Then I believe we decided we're going to go. Yeah, we're going to go to Nook, then to Nuncio, Port Cecil, the Ragged Crow, Irene, the Nativity, Empire of Hands, Hideaway, and then Aestabal. And then from there we can zigzag our way across. Yeah, okay. Right, so next stop is Polythreme. Definitely going to avoid that. I think there are unfinished pirates that were over there to the left or to the west. So last time, I think twice, we had the claymen become unfinished men. Let's gather intelligence first. What news of Polythreme? What lives? The king with 100 hearts rules from his palace above the city. He's never seen. There's no treaties with other lands. But there's unrest in the air. The claymen you speak to are obedient and humble. They speak nervously of those who are not. The maimed, the rebellious, the unfinished. Okay, and then we can actually do that. I think we're going to do that. We're going to do this first, though. Carry Clayman to London. Oh, okay, we've got too much stuff. We've got 4 too many things. Okay, so I guess it's going to be 4 fuel that we toss overboard. I really don't like the idea, but we got to do it. So, bye-bye fuel. Right, yeah, if we had done this first, we would have had another space for fuel. Oh no, because it becomes a wakeful idol anyway, yeah. Audience of a king with 100 hearts. The clay broker, leaning on his copper staff, examines you coolly. The king will see you, little friend, he says. No, he won't see you. Not just now. He gestures for you to hand him the watchful curio. That night the hill of Polythreme quakes. The words on the walls uncurl themselves. The bird cries are everywhere heard as claymen sit up, opening curious eyes, waiting their tithing to London. The clay broker waits on the quayside. On the flat palm of his broad hand, the watchful curio squats. But it has changed. Our regards to stone, is all he says. So we got one wakeful curio, which I believe we need for somewhere. And I think I'm going to do that again. Okay, and may as well actually do it one more time. There we go. So you have 3 wakeful idols now. And we're not going to do shore leave. We don't really need to at the minute, although it could be good. It is an expensive place to reduce terror, though. So probably paying 30 echoes to lose 5 terror. Yeah, which isn't a great deal. Okay, so let's leave here and continue on. So the next place we're going to is Scrimshander. Yeah, so yesterday I recorded the last 2 weeks worth of Sunless Sea. So today is what day is today? Today is the 7th. Yeah, 7th of April. So this is going up maybe towards the end of April. So things could have changed drastically. But at the moment, we're just now seeing the start of some kind of measures to tackle COVID-19 here in Japan. So we need to dive as well. So I think somewhere out here I can dive. Yeah, so the government only now are starting to take it seriously. I imagine by the time that you're watching this, that we've probably got, if not a full lockdown, we're going to be pretty close to the measures that are in place in other countries. But right now, it's just kind of, they're only just starting to put measures in place. Oh shit, that's not good. Right, and we pop. Okay, before you looms the bone tower of Scrimshander, the city of remembrance. Ivory structures jut from the pile, supported by buttressing tusks. As your light plays across them, you can make out inscriptions, names, pictures, and dozens of lost languages. The largest ones carrying a warning. All are welcome to enter, but none may depart without leaving something of themselves behind, except the price and dock. A solemn drownie stands vigil outside of the port, holding a ceremonial key carved from a femur. All travellers, pilgrims, and truth seekers are welcome, but leaving bears a steep price. Okay, well, we pay the price to enter. Through the ivory gates. After scrupulously noting your ship's details, the Guardian welcomes you to Scrimshander. The ivory gate parts before you. Dozens of finger bones click apart and beckon you into the dry centre of the citadel. You walk down a damp nave of bone, intricately carved ivory walls depict improbable scenes from history. The walls are edged in tiny finger bones, each bearing a single name. Inhabitants wear ashen robes and carry steel-tipped bone quills. But you recognize most as drownies and shellnate expatriates. While most are quiet and ignore visitors, you hear heated arguments over interpretations of the sacred remains which will include whatever you leave behind when you depart. Okay. So that one we need. Well, let's compile our port report first. Consider it an ongoing history of the present. Few visitors, fewer departures. The inhabitants of Scrimshander spend much of their time preying on the mysteries of the past. They spend almost as much time arguing about their interpretations. Salted residents often collect nearby salvage, studying the results and ascribing their interpretations on any skeleton remains. But those who leave too often are easily recognized by what they have left behind in their travels, memories, personalities, and bones. Otherwise, they rarely consider the present, certainly not with the same focus they give to the histories buried within their tower. Recent world events are met with polite silence, unless it prompts an anecdote about similarities with antiquity. Apart from old grudges and new theories, very little changes here. Okay, so then we can wander the yeah, let's wander the halls and see what happens. The higher the tower, the more recent the tales. Perhaps they can be useful. A familiar tale. The simple houses are built with bricks of ash and bone dust. Each bears a finely engraved story, from the mundane to the profane. Some bricks tell the same tales, from different and contradictory sources. You spend a quiet hour reading the side of a derelict house. A handful of its tales are suspiciously familiar. Okay, cool. Then let's gather at the stage of history. Scholars file quietly into a pair of great ivory doors at the far end of the hallway. When they stumble out again, you can hear raised voices, arguments and laughter. To the amphitheatre. After the reverent silence of the outside, the boisterous noise of the amphitheatre washes over you like the heavy sea beyond these walls. Okay, and then we have some things that we can do. Okay. Actors strut in an amphitheatre of bone, performing historical plays of dubious veracity. An audience watches from below, with each roaring drunk member applauding or jeering different details of the work. Above, an imperious figure wearing a crown of ivory judges each performance from a raised theatre box. All are served by a single man, weaving between the crowd and wearing a perpetual smirk. Okay, Shenley's champions promise a tale of a lone hero who changes the course of history based on historical evidence. Trade coffee for time in the archives. Even the most avid scholars know not all historical tales are exciting. Yeah, let's do that. The fuel of history. The guardians of the archives can barely contain their greed. While theories differ on what drives history, it is agreed that historians themselves are driven by coffee. Okay. Then, I think, yeah, let's leave the amphitheatre. Back to the quiet of the crypt. Leave the noise and the stale wine behind. Okay, and then we should, yeah, be able to delve into the archives. The ivory archives are a wealth of history, with ages of visitors' stories carved into the bone pillars that build the citadel. It's something between a library and a nursery, but less inviting. Oh, we've only got... Oh, we don't have... should have 5 points, but only have 1. Downward into history. The monks grudgingly allow you to enter, but warn you that staying longer than your allotted time will incur significant penalties. They refrain from going into detail, but you notice that their bone quills are significantly larger and sharper than their fellows. That's 100%, but then getting back won't be. So I think, yeah, we need to think about bringing more coffee and wine next time to do it, I think. But let's read what we've seen so far. Narrow passages wind through the old city, shadowed, ever descending. You walk alone except for the constant remain of those who came before you, each bearing their sad, small tales. They all end the same way. They all end here. Will you? Leave the archive. You're not too far gone yet. You can still escape, unlike these poor souls. Okay, let's do that. So we lose 1 yet. So next time we've got to bring a lot of coffee here, I think, if we're gonna do that. Okay, then let's leave Scrimshander. Departing. Were there quite this many guards when you came in? Was there always a pile of fresh bones by the entrance? Okay, luckily we have a hunting trophy because I do not want to lose any of my stats. I don't know if I say any... oh, it's 5Z stories, okay. Could actually do this, though. No one may depart Scrimshampton without leaving something of themselves behind by which to remember. Tradition demands it, as do the muscular guards at the gate. Their sharpened bone quills are at the ready to collect your donation. Is this a lone pilgrim's passage? Pilgrim stands by the exit with a confused smile. She hesitantly begs you for passage to somewhere else. To the home of the lost. Too many trips through Scrimshampton perhaps, or any number of other causes, but after careful questioning, she ventures that she may be nearly finished with her pilgrimage. Only one holy place remains for her, the Gant Pole. Okay. And then we can leave behind a hunting trophy to get out ourselves. It was dearly earned, only fair that it be dearly spent. Some other hero's tale. The guards light incense and clean the trophy with a musky oil. As you recount the victory that won it, a chronicler etches your words into its surface. The scratching of the bone quill grows louder in your ears with every word. By the time you're finished, your trophy has been replaced with an identical copy. This one has been inscribed with a thrilling fictional tale. As you depart, you wonder if you would recognize the hero of such a thrilling yarn. Okay, so we lose one hunting trophy. Right, and that's just done there. And I think that's just done for this video as well. So I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe you'll hit the subscribe button there on the right and check out some other videos here on the left.